welcome back to White Fox After Hours.
Welcome.
I'm Scarlett.
And I'm Cody.
And we are your hosts of the official White Fox podcast.
And we have a little bit of news today.
We do.
So we are actually taking a little break from season 1 of the podcast. It's officially done after this episode. And we're coming back soon.
Season 1 was 2.5 years. No, well, 2. No, we started exactly 2 pretty much.
True.
Yeah, exactly 2 years season 1 lasted, guys.
It's a long season. Longer than most.
Yeah.
And I think we are due for a little refresh and we're going to come back with some very exciting things in season 2. But we are taking a bit of a break. So this is going to be our last episode for a little bit. So you're stuck with us today, just talking our usual nonsense.
Well, Cody doesn't know what we're talking yet. I've got surprise topics for her.
She surprised me, but I feel like sometimes we're really good with like our initial reactions.
I haven't thought about things. I'm going to unpack them together with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have lots of exciting things coming up for season 2, and it'll only be like a few months. That will be 2 months that will be out of your ears.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll come back better.
Back like we never left.
And with some fun new things.
Yes. So we'll miss you guys for a few months, but don't worry, we'll be back.
Season 2 coming soon.
And so what are we talking about today, Scar?
So I've like been searching on TikTok for just like opinions and like tips from people on dating, and we're going to unpack them together.
Love it.
Okay. So the first advice, TikTok, this girl said this advice will change your life.
Mm-hmm.
The more you do for him, the more he loves himself. The more you do for you, the more he loves you.
Ooh, damn.
That's a good one, isn't it?
That is layered. Wow. Okay, I actually really agree with this because sometimes I feel like you obviously like love the person that you're dating and you want to do everything for them. That very quickly goes from dating them to becoming their mom.
Wait, what was that quote that you said once? You're like, that is not your boyfriend. Wait.
That is not your boyfriend. That is your child. Yeah. When you feel like you do everything for them and you have to help them with everything, that is your child. Like you're literally, it's like changed the whole dynamic, and putting that energy into yourself instead of like babying them, because it's not cute. Then like if you really think they need your help that much, go find a different boyfriend because they should be able to fend for themselves in this world.
We want a man.
Yeah.
I like this, like the way that you've taken that, because I took it a tiny bit differently. But I like that, and I really strongly agree with that.
How did you take it?
Well, I like that one, that way that you've taken it, because I feel like, yeah, you want like a manly person in your relationship. You want someone who's gonna like look after you.
Yeah,
like
don't masculine energy.
No,
you don't want to be
that relationship that it's like it gives me the ick.
Yeah,
it gives me the ick.
We've both been there.
Yeah,
I've definitely been there where I felt like I'm the masculine energy in the relationship, and I don't like that dynamic at all.
No, I want to be
just a girl.
I'm just a girl. I need you to look after me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking more of the fact of like when people like get into a relationship. So if it's saying like the more you do for him is like not having your identity as much and not hanging out with your friends as much. So maybe like, I don't know if you'd say it's more in the early stage of dating, but like not so much babying them, but just like doing everything for them and like everything's about them.
Yeah.
So instead of like you just having your own life and you're like, I'm good, this is what I'm doing, like, and you're just having your time where you can spend with them when you can.
Yeah.
Like having everything just focus on them, like making plans around them, like saving days for them, that kind of thing. More than like babying.
That's true. I think both sides make sense with this. And that is actually really a hard balance to have. And I think like for me, that's like just kind of freshly in a new relationship, finding that balance of like you obviously want to spend your time with like your new partner because you're getting to know each other. It's so fresh and fun. But also like you have to remember all the things that you love in your life and like not get lost in that new relationship and prioritize your friends, because I can't stand when like someone just starts dating someone, you never see them again, and then they break up and you're like, hey, nice to see you again.
It's easier said than done, isn't it? Like I would like 100% say that, but then you're saying like you're like trying to find the balance because it is like a new thing that you're having in your life. Like when you have such a busy life as well, like you do have to make changes because like where else are you going to fit them in? Because we always said like, I don't have time. Literally. And you make time, but.
Yeah. No, it's definitely hard to make time for everyone, but I'm trying to find that balance at the moment. And I think it's really important too. You don't want this person to become your everything.
No. I think I would not be happy. And that's happened to me before. It makes me not happy in the relationship if I am to like sacrifice a lot.
Well, it's never going to last.
No.
Because like your life becomes about them. And then it's not your life anymore. Like it's just a weird version of this warped like relationship.
Agreed. I really like how she's put it though, because like it is true. The more you have in your own life and do for yourself, the more someone is gonna like be like love you.
Yeah.
Same if I'm in a relationship and they're doing more for me than they're doing it for themselves. Nah. Like I would like you more if you're doing that. It's actually she's put it. I agree with her.
It's really true because like sometimes you're like, no, don't you dare leave me, but respect you for it.
Yeah.
Respect. I do see that.
This one, we're really agreeing with this. You need to be approaching men because men will not approach you. It's up to us to decide who we want to date.
Like, don't love that.
I think that it can be true because I think like I've heard I don't know what where the statistics are coming from but I've seen it on TikTok so it must be true. But statistically a lot of marriages come from like women making the first move.
It makes sense. Like yeah, no, I do get it. I think a woman definitely decides like who she wants and who she wants to take seriously. But I do just like the guy to be the one that's making the gestures and like doing
I agree with
things.
this, but I think like showing interest and like pursuing someone is different. Like I think like showing initially like your interest in a way that's not like, oh my God, do you want to go on a date?
Yeah.
It's more just like a little like eye contact or a smile or like, you know, like just starting something.
Yeah.
And showing your interest first, but then they are the ones that I think that is a good way. I like that.
Yeah.
Because then you are picking who you want. Like, you know, most of the time that when people come up to you on a night out, you're like, absolutely not. The people
Under
that do try.
no circumstances. Yeah, it's true.
So like,
oh yeah,
like
I think
making
you have to
a little bit
window.
of like you making the window is your like. Okay, she did say approaching, so like maybe not. It's maybe not approaching as such. Like we're more for the thing of like making like a slight opening the door.
You know what? Actually, I've changed my thoughts on this.
Okay.
I actually do think that it's really good to just like tell a guy exactly what you want. And although I like them to make the moves as in planning the dates and putting the effort in, you giving the initial interest, as you said, so that they have like a pathway to come in. Definitely.
And you've picked it. You've picked who you want.
Yeah, that's true. And then like telling them how you want to be treated as well, I feel like moves into this. So yeah, we should pick what we want because we definitely shouldn't just be, and this is like what we were talking about in our last episode, we shouldn't just be like accepting or receiving whatever is available.
Leaving it up to complete fate.
No, absolutely not, because that's when you get really hurt.
When the wrong ones come in.
Yes.
But yeah, I like this. It's up to us to decide who we want to date.
Yeah.
Bring back the power.
Yeah.
Give like, we can have a little bit of power in that. Well, a lot of power. I'm going to live by this now.
You should. I feel like men have way too much power in dating and we're always like waiting for them to message us or waiting for them to ask us on a date. No, like I'm definitely not going to ask anyone on a date.
Not on a date, but I think the like little like sly moves.
Yeah.
Sly?
Little like sly moves you can like fit in there.
Just like invitations.
Yeah.
So yeah, we agree with this one as well.
Mm-hmm.
So next one is, how much should you be texting in the early stages of dating? So this guy
Ooh.
said once or twice a day is good. Well, he actually said once a day, but I've put it up to twice. Like, give me 2.
Yeah.
Over texting is a red flag.
Nah.
You don't think?
Nah.
It's so hard. Like, I do think that sometimes if you like, there's like in between, like having a pen pal, absolutely not. It can like get to like so much where it's just like, are you gonna ask me out on a date or not?
Yeah.
And like, well, because this must be early stage of dating, so this must be after the first few dates.
Yeah.
But I feel like it just builds a bigger connection over text than you actually have. So you think that you've like know so much about this person, but you've just been learning about it over text.
Yeah, I think like if it's like that and it's more pen pal behavior and not actually seeing each other very often and you're just texting a lot, yeah, definitely not. But if you're like going on multiple dates and they're just like checking in with you a lot through the day because they want to see like what you're doing and they're interested, I think that's okay. Well, I think like a once or twice a day wouldn't be enough for me, but over like texting every second of the day, no. Like I think I like
How
replying.
early though? Like I'm like thinking like first like date or 2, I'd only want a few texts a day.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want to be texting all day every day in the first
No. Not yeah.
1 or 2 dates.
I don't want to put a number on it, but I'd reply every few hours.
Yeah.
Like I like to send multiple messages and then like have a like 5 different conversations going, but just respond every few hours.
Yeah. I recently had someone voice noting me and I really liked it.
Really?
Yeah.
I
didn't
remember
like
when
it
this
at the
was
start.
happening, but yeah, you liked it.
I ended up liking it because I feel like you can like say a lot more
Yeah.
than like sending a million messages.
Yeah, and that's also takes a lot of time. I don't have time to be like texting all day.
No, I know. I think that's why I'm like in the early stages. I don't want to be texting all the time. But I just don't want to make it a habit. Like, I don't know, my like ex used to text me 24/7 a day. And I'm like,
really?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So like, I feel like the red flag is more if it's pen pally.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not a red flag if you're getting a lot of messages, but like if it's pen pal vibes, then it's definitely a red flag.
Yeah, I agree. But like, yeah, once it becomes like a bit more seeing each other vibes, if I was getting 2 texts a day, I'd be like, hello, what's going on?
Who else are they texting?
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? I would need to know.
Yeah, true. I was like winning confidently, like, yeah, I'd be okay with 1 text a day. I'd be spiraling. What am I talking about?
But I do agree with like, yeah, I agree with not over texting.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to be like, I don't do instant replies.
No.
Like,
unless I'm on my phone.
yeah.
Like at that time when you text, but I can't even text to save my, I can't text to save my life.
Neither.
So like, but when you're texting a guy you like, it's different. They get the reply, sorry to every friend and family member.
Literally. I'll text one person and that's all.
So yeah, a few more than 1 to 2, but over texting, yes, we agree is a red flag in the early stages.
Yeah.
But 1 to 2 texts would probably be on the ground spiraling, so don't.
I really like a check-in. Like, what are you doing? What are you up to? Miss you. That's cute.
Okay, so unpopular opinion, dating for fun is not fun. Because and basically what she was saying is it's become normalized to just date to date, like dating for fun. So basically she was just saying like in the short term it's fun, but it's like long-term pain because it makes it harder to normalize to transition into a normal relationship.
Yeah.
Because you're just so used to dating for fun and not dating seriously.
I don't think I can date for fun. Like, I actually always struggled with this because if I didn't see them as my future boyfriend, I'd be like, well, that's ew. Bye. I never want to see you again. And I don't think I ever dated someone or went on more dates with someone that I didn't see something happening with.
I'm trying to think if I have. Have I? I don't think
No, I feel like you'd always see potential.
I've never seen potential in my life.
I don't actually know what potential is.
No, I have. It's either have I?
I don't know. I don't think, yeah.
I've got short-term memory loss. This is what I came in and said to Cody today. I'm going to start vlogging my life because I've got short-term memory loss.
No, I feel the same. Everything's just moving really quick and I forget everything.
Anything.
But yeah, no, I kind of agree with this. The thing is, I see it happen. Some of my friends date and they're like, yeah, it was so fun. I feel like you've just got to be the right personality type for it and like really relaxed around dating. Maybe, okay, it can be fun when you're freshly single. Like you're out of your sad breakup phase and you're into your fun, like getting back out there stage and you don't want anything serious and you're just going on dates. That's fun because it's like empowering. But past that stage, I didn't find it very fun.
You know what? I also saw this other TikTok and it was saying like, obviously I've been really watching these, haven't I? Because
you're going to get so much advice now.
But she was saying sometimes like if you do want to be in a relationship, you can't be around your friends that are all just single and dating because like it's who, like her therapist said, like what's your surrounding, like who have you got surrounding you? Because like you do kind of get in this thing of like dating for fun, talking about things like this happened to me, this is really funny, this happened to me, and you're not in the right like frequency to be actually seriously dating because you're like, I don't know, like I feel like when you are single sometimes you just talk about things for the fun of them, even though it's like nothing to talk about. Like you just make the drama out of things. Yeah. Just like because it's funny to talk about with your friends.
Well, you're the one bringing the entertainment and the stories. Yeah.
I feel like it is a lot more peaceful, like not having that. Like,
damn, that used to be me, and like that's just not my life anymore. And it's so funny seeing it from like a different perspective. But yeah, it's true. I feel like that is kind of extreme, but I guess if you were really struggling with like wanting a relationship and that was all you were seeing and surrounded by, maybe, but also like you gotta be there for your single friends.
Yeah, you do.
It's harder
and you
for
need
them.
to make it. You do need to make it. You need to bring the stories because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. Sometimes
it's so true.
In certain situations, if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
It's really scary out there.
Yeah. But back to what we were saying, dating for fun is not fun. I don't think I'm a very good dating for fun person. I do go on dates originally thinking it's for fun, I think, in my head. But I don't like continuously just go on dates thinking, oh, this is just going to be like fun and casual.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm the same. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to waste my time going on another date. But like you meet someone out and you're like, oh, this is going to be fun. Yeah. You go for fun. But then when you're not wanting to date them, you kind of cut it off. Yeah,
that's true. Like we're not sitting there with our check boxes being like, just like assessing you the whole time, does tick, 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 tick. But we're also not going like and continuing that just for the fun of it.
But do you think that the dating for fun, like kind of, a lot of people talk about it on TikTok and a lot of people just talk about it in general, like, oh, it's fun dating. Do you think that that's affecting our dating like life? Because people are just dating for fun?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like
no one takes it seriously.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people now are just dating for fun and there's nothing wrong with it. But if you are looking for something serious and you're just around all these people that are dating for fun, that's when you need to like pick your people a little better because it's probably going to feel pretty hard that like everyone doesn't want a serious relationship and you do. So yeah, I feel like that's when you have to look at the people that you're choosing. But it does feel like there's a lot of those kinds of people.
There is a lot, isn't there? It just feels like everyone's just...
It's like disposable. Yeah. Just like go on a date with someone. I don't know. I want to connect with someone more. Yeah. And I feel like if I feel a connection, I want to see where that goes. And if it's like I'm not feeling the same thing reciprocated, then it's just not going to get to that level. And so I'm going to lose interest. Bye.
Well, dating for fun.
It's not fun. I don't think dating is fun.
It so much. So it doesn't matter how much someone is texting you, like contacting you, replying to your story. It doesn't mean anything without a date. And the only two ways to know that someone's interested, one is if they ask you out, and two, are they committing to you?
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's really easy to gaslight yourself and be like, well, he actually did reply to my story with a fire emoji, so we're together.
And then he ghosted me for like a few weeks and then he reached out and said happy birthday. So
but
his
friends
obsessed with me.
Literally, and you like when you want to convince yourself of something, you could be like,
crazy.
oh, but his friend said to my friend that I looked good on that one day, and like I think there's definitely still a chance there. Like, no, if he wanted to, he would. And that's where it comes down to.
We gaslight ourselves on so many different occasions. It's just such a simple fact. Like, it's just so easy. It seems so easy. But in every situation, you can talk yourself differently. But I also think, like, it's good to be as delusional as you can about. It is good to be delusional in dating.
Yeah.
But not in the fact of, like, a certain person liking you.
Yeah. Be delulu, but not dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
write that down.
Yeah. Because, like, if you're like, when feelings are involved or even just attraction, just goes out the window. All of your sense and your judgment, and it's gone.
Yeah.
So.
And I saw another one. I'm just popping them out. But if you put someone on a pedestal, like say it's like that person, and you like put out this energy that you're like, okay, that's my husband, then they automatically can like sense the energy that you have put them on a pedestal, and then you're not good enough for them. So like, even if you're not showing that, they can just sense it through your actions or like energetically. And then they automatically don't like you because they're too good for you, because you've made them so good in your head. Yeah.
Even though they're definitely not as good as what you're thinking. No one's as good as what you make them up to be.
No.
Or bad. Like, they're just a person. And I feel like we create all these stories in our head, especially if it's like a situationship moment where it never actually turned into a relationship. So you just fill in the gaps and do some fun little creative stories in your head.
Without even knowing.
No, literally. It's not until after you're like, ooh, they actually suck.
I know, it's crazy.
Why do we do this to ourselves?
I don't know. But even when your friends come to you and say all these things like, do you think he likes me? I'm like, it's so obvious to see when you're not in the situation.
I know. And it's really hard to break it to your friends, but like, he doesn't like you, babe. I'm sorry.
But we do make that up. Is it a good thing just to date? If you don't go on a date for a while, you can fall out of your attraction state and dating energy. Do you need to just date to put yourself back in the game?
No.
This is what she was like. You've like lost your attraction energy, and you need to like
dumbest
just
thing
date
I've ever heard. No way. Like, no, you don't ever get out of your attraction energy. I feel like you don't, and no, actually, you don't have to get that from someone else. Like, you don't have to go on a date and get this attractive energy from someone else. You can decide when you want to feel that. Because I get it, you're not always in that. Like, it does go in and out. But I feel like it's a personal thing. It's not
hitting
like
some facts this morning.
It's good. Like, the first time hearing this, it's like my initial reaction.
Like, no,
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It is true though.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't been dating for a while, and I feel more in like a good energy than I have in a while.
Yeah.
And only because I'm not stressed. And you're putting in energy to yourself.
You know that TikTok that's like, no one's son is keeping me up.
Every time I see this, I'm like,
night.
yeah. That's me. But I'm so serious.
I'm so good. True. If anything, dating does the opposite.
Yeah. No, honestly, you need to take a break sometimes.
Yeah.
You need to step yourself away, have a min, come back.
And also, don't force yourself to go on a date if you don't feel like it. Like, that is going to send you into the depths of despair.
I do think it's good to be in dating energy if you are wanting to date though. Like, I do like understand like what she's saying about like just having a dating energy, not even necessarily if it's not someone that you like want to date, because that attraction can just build and like it does get you in an energy. But it 100% agree with you. It's more important the energy that you go into the like date with yourself.
Yeah.
Than like if you've like been on a few dates, that's not going to help you with this date.
Yeah, I do get what she's saying. When you already are in that energy of wanting to date, then get yourself out there, date, like get the ball rolling. But it's more so like just for your own confidence. You need to go on a few dates to get better at dating, because it is something that you do kind of need to like practice.
You do. Because if you haven't gone on a date in a while, you get so nervous.
Yeah, you actually do. It could be like someone you don't care about at all, and you're like so nervous acting like this is your future husband even though you know it's not. Like,
I just had a thought, when was the last time I went on a date?
When was it? need to get you in your dating energy again. It doesn't always have to be that, like warming up into it. I think sometimes if you are in the right energy and you've like done a bit of like work on yourself, which you clearly have, you go on the date.
Sometimes that's
and
better
you're like,
because you're in a good energy.
Yeah.
Like it more matters how you're feeling about yourself. Like a good outfit, you're feeling. That's really essential.
Yes, it's true. Yeah. I get where this is coming from, but I don't agree with how like cutthroat she is about that.
Yeah.
Like I think there's so much more to it.
Agreed. Okay, our last one is.
Mm-hmm.
So this girl was talking about how she didn't meet someone until she was 30. And she was like, if someone says, am I too picky or like to meet someone kind of thing, or if your friends are saying that, she's like, no, you're not. She's like, you could be someone who would date anyone and you could get someone easily. Or you could be someone that wouldn't date anyone and they will come. Basically, she's saying the reason that you're not getting don't have a boyfriend is because you're too picky. But it's like you could be someone, you could go and get yourself a boyfriend tomorrow and not be picky.
Yeah.
Or you could be someone who waits and is but there's no such thing as being too picky is what she's saying.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only time that someone is too picky is when they're getting caught up on little like icks and like tiny little things and they're letting that ruin like a perfectly good person because they're like not ready for it. But I also think if you're doing that, you're probably just not ready.
I think in 2025, we're not having icks anymore.
Icks, give me the ick. Relax.
Yeah.
Like I think the only way
we haven't said that in years, ick.
I think I give myself the ick sometimes. and it's a funny thing to be like, oh, I just gave myself the ick. But like also I wouldn't say to someone, oh, just gave me the ick. Like that's gross. No. It's gross that you're so like we used to talk about this a lot when it was like trending.
Our first episode was like career and icks with Laura.
Yeah. It's funny how like we can be so caught up because I feel like there is trends in dating. And that was definitely one of them. And then now like
what's the
I find
trend
that
in dating now?
I feel like people do their dating ins and outs a lot right now, New Year, but I don't know. Not dating.
Being single.
Being single. I feel like dating apps, a lot of people right now have been like, nah.
Yeah.
Absolutely
what are your
not.
dating ins and outs? They can be like
mine.
Yeah. It's hard because you are dating, but you're dating someone. Ins, boyfriends.
Yeah.
Dinner dates with my boyfriends. Trips with my boyfriend.
Outs.
Dating.
All other men. Dating ins and outs, yeah. No, I guess it's a bit different right now, but like just doing fun things.
Fun dates, like activity
Fun dates, yeah. Fun different things and communication. What about you?
I like that.
An out is yeah, all boys.
All boys. All other males.
Disgusting to me.
My out is dating apps. That's an out for me. My another out, in is intentionally dating.
Yeah.
But in for me, I kind of spoke about this the other week, is just like focus on myself, but open to dating.
Mm-hmm.
Out, boys who are not it are out.
Yeah.
Someone that's not like giving me like the most energy. Absolutely in the bin, doll.
Goodbye forever.
Yeah.
Have you done your list yet from our last episode? Lucky you got a free weekend. You can get right to that.
You know what? Actually, I've kind of like I have it on my list to do. I've like done it. I've started
writing your list is on your to-do list.
To-do list. But like I've like half finished my goals fully and which is like nearly Feb, and I started in December, so that's good.
I haven't done mine either.
But like that is in part of it is like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've half started it, but this weekend, I've got a weekend off.
Love it.
I'll be doing all the things. We'll come back to you on our season 2 and let you know.
With a boyfriend.
With a boyfriend.
You never know.
Maybe. Come back in 2 months with a boyfriend.
That would be quite the plot twist.
Maybe I'll just come with at least one date.
Yeah,
but I can't talk about it if it went well or if it went badly. Anyway, that's enough from us today. That is our wrap of season 1.
Crazy.
I know.
It's been, we've learned a lot.
What was your favorite episode? We have learned a lot.
What was my favorite episode? Oh, I don't know. We interviewed so many amazing people. I'm going to get emotional.
I know. I feel like one of my favorites. Actually, do you know what my favorite was? And this wasn't like a single episode, but the Coachella live podcast.
Yeah.
That was my favorite episode.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I loved that. Our live podcasts are always fun because we get to like chat to so many people that we never would normally get the chance to chat to. So I do love that. The Coachella one was very fun as well. I don't know. I feel like I've enjoyed every episode that we've done, but the ones like overseas that we get to do is always really cool. Like, oh, actually, I always love recording with Millie and Chloe because we know those girls so well.
Yeah, they are fun. And we, like, the first episode, we had so much fun that we all went straight to lunch together and went and got a drink.
I know, it was great. But yeah, we've definitely learned a lot about podcasting. We've learned a lot about.
It's really hard.
I feel like we've become better people through this, though. Like, we just like know about all these topics a lot more. Whenever we do an episode on it, I feel like I then follow that advice as well that maybe I wasn't even doing before, or I didn't know how I felt about it. It's like therapy.
That's actually so true because you talk about things and unpack things that you wouldn't normally talk about or think about.
Yeah. These conversations, like some of the conversations we've had on this podcast, we would never have ever.
That's actually really true.
But
wow, we're growing as people in every aspect.
But just a short break from our growth as people.
We'll be back. Short break. And we will be coming back with a live podcast. So that's a little sneak peek for you guys.
Yes, lots of travel coming up, lots of fun things, lots of exciting guests.
Stay tuned.
You guys will have to wait and see.
Anyway, well, thank you for listening. As always, make sure you subscribe and download so you'll be back for season 2.
And make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube because we'll be back there very soon. And we'll see you in a few months.